Hey everybody, it's Mike here again. I was just thinking, man, with the way things are and tariffs that we've had going on and the uncertainty with everything, us as Americans, we get a lot of our stuff manufactured overseas. And with the way things are and every country on edge and the uncertainty of the times, it's never too late to try and stockpile some stuff and get ahead of the curve. A lot of these things, a lot of these medicines get imported and they're not produced here. So, there may come a day where we don't have access to them or they are harder to acquire. And so I figured I should start stocking up on them. And that's what I've been doing. I've been spending a little bit of money here and there whenever I have it and going on Amazon and buying a couple things. I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at with it and the idea behind it. Everything I'm going to show you in this video is all individual medicine or individual packets of things. And I totally believe in having bulk of the products. Everything that you see here, I do also have larger quantities of. But the idea behind having it individual is, one, for bartering, two, to be able to put it into kits, three, to be able to help people around you, help your neighbors. If things go bad and anybody that might be suffering from a certain illness or ailment, you're able to help, and you don't have to show them that maybe you have 1,000 pills in a bottle or large quantities of these items, and you can hand them some individual packets or make a little bag together. And that's kind of where I'm at with it here. That's what I did. I just put each individual thing out of their boxes into some lunch bags, sandwich bags, and I just started separating things. So I didn't even know some of these things, like this, for example, sunscreen. I never in a million years would have thought that you could get this in an individualized packet. Like, this is how they came. They came, however many are right here. I think it's like 12. They just came gum banded from Amazon. I got another bag of them right here. But it's just individual sunscreen. And, that's great. That's great to put in packs. Great to have in a little kit in your car, keep in the glove box, anything. A million uses. So, those are pretty good to have. Also, hydrocortisone cream. Definitely something that you want to keep. I have, like I said, bigger tubes of this, but it's in a different container, in a different box of medical supplies. But I think 144 packets come in a container for like $13. You can't really argue with that. Now, Motrin, it's always good to have some pain medicine. And there's a bunch of different kinds throughout here. What do we got? Let's see. We got Motrin, Excedrin, ibuprofen, tons of different medicines. And I just like the idea, Advil, Aleve, all these different things. And they're just good to have on hand. And I just like the idea of being able to make a kit with this. If you sit here and you think about it, you break these up for, I'd say, each container of these items, you get $10 to $12 per, I think, and one pack comes with like 100 of these things. And even just buying them at a gas station or having them at work in the office place, you buy one little pack at the gas station. These things, I think there's like 2 or 3 in each one, and it's $4, $5. You buy them this way, and you get 100 of them for $10, $12. It just makes sense, I also have iodine prep pads for any cuts or scrapes or anything you need to clean up. Those are good. But you sit here and you make a little pack of this and put everything together. You can make so many little kits for people. These are cool. Purell single-use hand sanitizers. You just take this packet, crack it like this, and then there you go. Got some hand sanitizer. Pretty freaking convenient, dude. And that's the idea behind all this is, you take it with you. It's small, it's portable, it packs down good, and you don't have to worry about having large quantities, and they're all individually sealed. You know, you open a bottle of pills and you have them, take a couple out, put them in a baggie or whatever. You might not know what they are. You might not know the milligrams, the dosage, the instructions, anything. This, you know, you take whatever I got here, a couple of these, make yourself up a little bag, little kit, throw it in your bug out bag. These are antacids for heartburn. Each one has 2 tablets in it. I think I paid $15 for 500 of these. That's insane. But I'm sure anytime that anything serious does happen, or even if you're just camping, or you know, you're out on a road trip or doing whatever with your family, like, there's a million times that this stuff would come in handy. And having it and being prepared, you're just one step ahead of the game, you know? Sinus decongestant. I think I paid $8 for all these. And some of the ones that have larger quantities, I just have one bag out here for an example of each of them. But this is nowhere near all of it. I think, you know, there might be like 60 of them in this bag or something. But I have multiple bags. And you put yourself a little kit like this together, and you could pass these out to people. You know, you could give them to everybody in your family. Start making everybody a little bug out bag, a little kit. Make something up, and who wouldn't be happy to get something like this? And we got banana boat sunscreen there. These are pretty cool. I found these at the dollar store. They were $1.25. I guess the $1.25 store, if you want to get technical. But they're individual soap packets. So, like, I mean, individual soap pieces. So I have this fan on. Sorry for the noise if it's bothering you. It's just hot in this garage. You just get one piece like this, run some water under your hands, and there you go. You got soap. Clean hands, help clean cuts, wounds. Throw one of them in there. I got to pick up more of these. I just grabbed a couple just to see how I would like them. These are some hygiene wipes. The brand is called Booty Wipes, but they're pretty cheap and they work great, so I figured why not. Seen some reviews on them, figured I'd give it a try. What do we got here? Triple antibiotic ointment. 144 packs of this stuff is like $12 as well. So can't go wrong with that. This visible lip balm. There's a million different uses for chapstick, and look how many of these you get in this little container. And I think I paid $9 for this. Like, there's 40 of them, and they're just as good as any other chapstick. I mean, it does the job, does what it needs to do, and I already opened this one just to try it. But I mean, it's chapstick. I can't really say much else about it, you know. But it works. That's all I needed to do, you know. Put one of them together with that stuff. What else do we got in here? This is more antibiotic ointment. This is the whole entire package. I think 144 of a different brand that I just bought yesterday. It was $9.99 when I bought it. What do we got in here? Burn cream. First aid burn cream. Throw a couple of them in there. And I think originally what made me start thinking of this is I was trying to put together like a medical kit, first aid kit, and there was just too many bags, too many pieces, too many different medicines and stuff that you need. And then plus I use them at work too. People at my work are always raiding the medicine cabinet, and they're not that great at filling it back up. So I just kind of brought my own one day and just kept going from there. What is this? Pain reliever, fever reducer. It's just a different brand of it, but I found that this works better for me personally than Tylenol, so I picked these up as well. Throw a couple of them in there. The only reason why I'm making a pile of these is just to show you at the end that it really doesn't take up much space, and you have basically a walking pharmacy whenever it's all said and done. Some alcohol prep pads. Throw them in there too. These things are cheap as chips. You know, you get a million of them for $10. Like, it's crazy. That's some more antibiotic ointment. Those are antacids. Here's some Aleve. These were a little bit pricier. As far as like the cost per piece, you didn't get as many of them in the box, but I think it was like $15 or something like that for a big pack of those. But also stock up on these cough drops. I mean, I think I paid, this one has a hole in it, but I think I paid like $1.50 a piece for these at Dollar General, maybe. And then vitamin C drops. These things are actually so good. I tried them whenever I was sick, and I got them at, I think, Walmart, maybe. Yeah, I think it was Walmart. And they were like $1.50 for a pack. And I think you take like 3 or 4 of these a day, and it's 150% of the vitamin C, which that's always good. I mean, especially if you're in any type of emergency situation, having that's awesome. And any other cough drops you could have on hand, they're good to have too. I also, sometimes people don't like the antacids with the chalkiness texture to it, which those ones aren't really that bad, but I also grabbed these two, and they're pretty nice because they're from Walmart as well, but they're individually wrapped, so they're just in a little pack like this, and they're pretty good, surprisingly, and as far as taste goes, and they work very, very well. These are probably my favorite ones for heartburn that they make. Besides, I think they have like a strawberry one from Tums, but they're hard to find. This is like anti-diarrhea meds. This is a different type of brand than like Imodium, but they're individual packets. Diamode, it's the same thing. It does the same exact thing for diarrhea. These wet ones, these are actually, it really surprised me, the price of these. So they're usually pretty pricey for individual packets, but I went on Amazon and I checked the other day. They had 6 boxes of 24 in each box. So 24 wipes in each box, 6 boxes for $9.99. And there's a million uses for these things, dude. I couldn't pass it up, so I grabbed 2 cases of them. But for the price, I just thought it was a great deal. I think that's basically it. Yeah, Motrin, more first aid cream, more hand sanitizer. These were like, I think $13, something like that, for the whole entire case of them. So you can't really argue with it, dude. But anyways, I just wanted to show you guys my little stockpile that I got going on. And like I said, I have bigger quantities of all this stuff. But it just makes sense, man. It's just smart. It's just convenient. It's just easy. Yeah, it's a little pricier than buying them per bottle, but you're not always at the house. You're not always with your big stash. You're not always able to have it. And this is convenient. The cost per unit is crazy cheap. You get a couple people to go in on it with you, even if you don't have a lot of money and you're trying to avoid spending a lot, because, I get it. Times are hard. I don't make $1 million a year. I get by with what I can, and I might seem like I have a lot of stuff from showing in these videos, but like, it took a long time to get it all, and I just buy what I can when I can and go from there. But if you find somebody to buy in with you on this stuff, you each spend $50, $60, you could probably get most of everything I have on this table, and on this toolbox, and just split it with each other, and you'll still have tons. So I don't know, just my thought on things, man. There's a lot more that you can get, a lot more things I'm learning. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know that they sold individually, like specialty, different weird things like this, and the bug off wipes. Like, I didn't know Off made individual bug wipe. Like, that's just not something that you normally go after. But whenever tell me how convenient that would be when you're in the middle of the woods camping, or you're stuck in a shelter somewhere getting eaten alive by a bunch of friggin' bugs that just drive you nuts. You're already in a shitty situation, and getting eaten alive just makes it even worse. You see it on survival shows all the time. You see the different people, they go crazy, covered head to toe in bites. Nobody wants to deal with that shit. But you throw a couple of these in there, I don't know how many is in a pack, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, maybe 12. These were a little pricier just because of what they are. Obviously, it's not cheap to make like aspirin, but I think I paid like $9, $8 for a 12-pack, and I'm sure they work good. I've seen good reviews on them at least. I checked it out before I bought them, and it seems like people were happy with it. But you take all this stuff, let's just see how it looks in one bag packed together. You've seen all the different things that I showed you. I'll run through it one more time though. We got bug spray, wipes, Advil, 4 alcohol prep pads, sinus decongestant meds, hand soap, sunscreen, ibuprofen, hand sanitizer, iodine prep pads, triple antibiotic ointment, some pain and fever reducer, some burn cream, butt wipes, anti-diarrhea meds, 2 antacids, another ibuprofen, Aleve, Excedrin, Motrin, and where the hell is the other one at? And Advil, just in case. I can't remember if that's in there or not. Oh, and the chapstick also. Telling me you can't afford to throw that in the glove box or in a pack, and you wouldn't be happy as hell to have that. I don't know, man. I just think it's a good idea. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the fun stuff, turn the bell on, whatever. I appreciate it, man. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.